God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast. This is, in fact, the greatest podcast that you never heard. It's Friday, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. It's Friday. It is our favorite day of the week. It's our favorite day of the week, man. And y'all know we always look forward to this day. And on Friday, I like to take a few seconds. If you are familiar with the Lunchline Podcast, if you're new to the Lunchline Podcast, this is the time where we want to go ahead and celebrate everybody who got paid today, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Lunchline Podcast, man. For those of you who did get paid today, make sure you do some things for yourself, man. Treat yourself. Don't beat yourself. Go out and buy something nice on the way home. Stop and get a bottle of cologne. Maybe get you a pizza or something like that. Do something for yourself, man. You got to celebrate yourself. If you're sitting around waiting for somebody to celebrate you, you could be waiting for the rest of your life. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Lunchline Podcast, man. I know it's been a while, but I am very, very happy to be back. And I got a lot of shit to say today. Man. I'm just going to get right to it. So I've been watching, all of these Kanye videos lately. And his one that's on the Drink Champs is the most recent one that he did. Kanye has been very vocal. He's always been in the center of, some sort of controversy or, some sort of hot takes or whatever. He's always been under he's always been in the middle of some shit, basically. And that's pretty much what's been going on as of late. Kanye has made a commitment to himself that he is going to burn down everything, all the relationships that he has had with these, with Adidas, with all of his partnerships, all of the things that he has, worked for over the years. He's pretty much burning it all down. And why is he burning it all down? It's not because he has, he has physically attacked anybody, not because he has threatened anybody's life, not because he has physically harmed somebody, but simply because he has made a bunch of strong remarks regarding the music industry and those who actually are in control of the music industry. I'm going to just say this, man. I'm tired of this whole anti-Semitic shit. And I'm not tired in the way that you think. I'm not tired because people are, quote unquote, saying evil or hurtful things about Jewish people. I'm upset because I don't see it. I see a lot of celebrities and I see a lot of people apologizing for, quote unquote, anti-Semitic comments, but I'm just not seeing it. And the funny thing is that as I've said before, if you listen to the Lunchline Podcast, I've said this many, many times, is that it's okay for us to disrespect each other. It's okay for black culture to be verbally destroyed, assaulted. You can say whatever you want to say about black people. But the moment any other race is spoken of in the form of song, it is considered anti-Semitic. It is not going to be allowed. It's not going to be it's not going to be tolerated. And then you're going to have a slew of apologies coming behind it. I've seen everybody apologize. Nick Cannon. I've seen so many different people apologize. I'm sick of this shit because I don't hear anybody coming out saying kill Jews, death to all Jews. I'm not seeing that shit. What I'm hearing is that, you Jewish record execs are profiting off of black people's pain. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not hearing all of this jargon that's to be considered anti-Semitic. Oh, that's anti-Semitic. Go ahead and issue us apology and let everybody know how dare you speak out against us. But black people will disrespect each other in song, but yet you have Jewish execs and owners who are profiting from that music. So make the shit make sense. So Jewish people will sit back and say, it's okay. Yeah, y'all go ahead and do whatever the fuck y'all gonna do. Y'all can say whatever y'all gonna say about each other. Y'all can murder each other musically. You can get all Chicago drill rappers on here. Y'all can all talk about how y'all gonna kill each other and do all of this foul shit to each other. But don't you ever open your mouth to say anything that's critical, that challenges the authority of the people who run the music industry. Don't you say anything about anybody Jewish. I don't get the shit. I don't get the shit. And the fact that they can sit there and give the thumbs up, you sit there with a young thug and say, we'll take you saying that you gonna slap a bitch and bust a nigga in his head if he snitched and all that. We'll take that. But don't open your mouth to criticize us. That's what we're not gonna take. We're going to look at it and we're going to say that it's anti-Semitic and we're going to get it shut down. As a matter of fact, the Drink Champs video that Kanye did the other day is already gone. They removed the shit. They said, nah, we ain't having it. And I'm really sick of it. I'm really sick of it. And I think it's bullshit. It's like, man, come on. How y'all going to sit around here and make billions of dollars every year from black people butchering each other musically, but y'all got a problem when somebody say something about y'all? Y'all got a problem when somebody say something about y'all? I mean, if you look at hip hop from top to bottom, holy shit, Rick Rubin. I mean, Doug Morris. What's this guy? Craig Coleman. I mean, there's so many of them. There's so many. Leor Cohen. There's so many. Dame Dash talks a lot about that guy. But like, there's so much. There's so many people who are non-white or non-black who are running the show. But we got this whole world of this mystery anti-Semitic shit going on, and I'm just like tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Listen, I know Kanye is. I know the people say he crazy. He come off a little far left with his shit. Sometimes I don't even know what the hell Kanye talking about, and I get it. But Kanye ain't really wrong in all his points. Kanye is not really wrong in all his points. And this goes back to what I have always said here on the Lunchline podcast, which is you don't need them. We don't need them. Artists, rappers, up and coming rappers, listen to me. You don't need them. They need you. They need you. They need your catalog. They want to own your catalog in music. Didn't you hear Michael Jackson when he was alive talking about how bad I think it was Tommy Melota. I think that's who he was talking about. How bad Tommy. He was like, man, Tommy Melota is an evil guy. This is Michael Jackson. This is Michael Jackson saying this. We don't need them. They need us. And it's partly our fault. Black people, a lot of this shit is our fault, man. It's our fault. It's absolutely our fault because we gravitate towards them to believing that we need them for something. Because they come in and they wave a few dollars in our face and they say, yeah, go ahead and sign this line. And this is what we need for you. We need 4 albums. We going to actually own your albums once you do them. And we're going to give you a little percentage and you're going to make money touring on the road. But, you know, here you go. And you forever indebted to us. You forever enslaved to us. We don't need them. We do not need them. But it's partly our fault because we have made this shit cool. We have made this shit cool. We have made the music that we put out when we are degrading each other cool. And we can't sit back and get mad at them because they have choose to make money off the shit. We pimping ourselves out so they can now make money off of. This shit is our fault. It's really our fault too. So we can't sit here and point the finger at all Jewish people and say, oh, you doing all of this shit to take away from us. Yeah, I see the shit and I wish it didn't go on. I really, really wish it didn't go on, but it does. It absolutely does. And I am sick of this shit. I'm fed up with this shit. I'm fed up with Jewish people screaming all this fake ass anti-Semitic shit. And I'm sick of black people screaming that, oh, Jewish people are they making us do this. They trying to do this. They still in the music industry. They trying to make. That's because we let them. That's because we let them. That's because we let them. It's like, what the hell are we going to do differently? You know, like, what are we really going to do differently? We still complaining about the same shit. While everybody's out here owning something, we sitting over here just, just being consumers, just playing along, get along. But we not coming into this shit with a ownership mindset. Like, I listened to Kanye in depth talk about everything that he talked about. And some of this shit is far out there. Like, man, I don't know what the hell. I scratch my head a lot of times. And I came up with this analogy as it, involves Kanye. When you listen to Kanye, it's kind of like preparing, or not even preparing. You guys, I don't know if you guys fish, right? Or eat fish. Well, when I was growing up, my grandparents used to go fish, and they would get bluegills. Now, bluegills are a really small fish. I mean, they can be as big as your hand. You can probably get a bluegill about as big as your hand. But bluegills are really good fish. It's really good to eat. But the only problem is that it's got a lot of damn sharp little ass bones. I mean, it's a lot of bones. It's a lot of bones. Meat is good, but it's a lot of bones. Like, the fish is amazing, but it's just a lot of bones. And that's kind of what it's like when you listen to Kanye. It's like, damn, I get what he's saying, but you got to sift through all the bones to make sure you ain't about to, eat some shit that's going to have you choking and, damn near dying. So that's how I kind of view Kanye whenever he's talking. It's like, okay, well, let me sift through. Let me see what he's talking about. Okay, yeah, that's some crazy shit. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's kind of how you got to take it. That's really how you got to approach anything. But I just don't see where he's 100% wrong in this. He's got a lot of good points. He's got a lot of good points about how I'm trying to, win back this thing for my people. I'm sick of seeing my people suffering. Like, yeah, that is cool and that's perfect. And that's a step in the right direction. Now, he can't do that and then come back around 2 days later and try to sign another deal with some other major company that's already existing that's like non-black owned, because it really goes against everything that he's already done. Right. So we are soon to find out if this is a quest for Kanye or if this is a quest for the people as well, too, because we know how shit get. You say all this shit, you get another opportunity. If I don't know, what's another company? If Gap or anybody comes back and say, hey, we going to pay you $1 billion to partner with us, would Ye do it? I don't know. That's what I believe we are soon going to find out. If it's just, you upset and you mad because something didn't go your way. So you burn everything down. You get black people behind you, by saying all of the right things as far as how, Jewish music owners are looking to, control and how they continue to just profit off of our pain. That, yeah, if you say all of that shit and you go back to sign with somebody else, to partner with somebody else for some shit, then it turns out that, okay, this was just for Kanye to do whatever Kanye wanted to do for himself. But in all of that, in the scope of all of that, what he was saying is not wrong. Jewish people do own the music industry. I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't care what they say. If you go through the history of the 90s, when hip hop really was taking off, and you look at some of the top magazines, some of the culture magazines that dealt with us, that dealt with black people, the people who sat on the boards, the people who sat in the seats of authority are non-black people. So you got all of the entertainers, all of the black people on the bottom making all the money, shifting the culture forward, doing all of this shit, and all of the execs are people who don't look like the same people who are the artists. It's our fault. It's our fault. It's our fault. It's really our fault. I mean, I understand. We come from a place where we don't have a lot. So for anybody to dangle a $500,000 check into somebody's life who, grew up on the west side of Dayton, poor as hell, like, yeah, it's obviously hard to turn that down. Like, I get it. But when I look at the music industry now, and for some of the rappers who have been around for a very, 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 very long time, and you see all of the wealth flowing through, you know, you can say Diddy, you can say Master P, you can say Snoop, you can say Jay, you can say Ye, Wayne, you can say all of these people, man, and they all have relationships with each other, but there is no reason why there shouldn't be some sort of empire music label that takes all of the top talent, that really shifts how things are done. Because reality, we don't need them as much as we think they do. As much as we think they do, we really don't need them. Like, that's just be honest. Tory Lanez proved that shit. You remember that time when all that stuff was going down with Megan Thee Stallion, and Tory Lanez dropped the album on the blockchain, and I think he sold it for like $1 or some shit like that. Was it $1? It might have been $1. I think he sold it for like $1, and the album sold out in, like, he sold 1 million copies in like no time. Like, it took no time at all for him to make that money. That right there was an indicator and proof of, we don't need you. We absolutely don't need you. You know why I don't need you? Because I can get producers to make me beats. I have my own professional recording studio. I am very popular within my culture. I don't need you. I can drop my album when I want. LaRussell's another guy that's doing it independently. And I know this is I'm gonna give respect to shout out to Derek Grace, because the we don't need them, they need us, like that really came from him. That was one of the first places that I've heard it, that slogan. So I'm gonna give respect to him in that regards. But LaRussell was another guy that's doing it independently, reshaping how music is done entirely from a business aspect. What he's doing is brilliant. Like, what LaRussell is doing is absolutely brilliant. So it's enough for that shit of them running and controlling what we say. I'm so sick of these goddamn, I am fed up with these people apologizing. I'm fed up. I wish Nick Cannon would have never apologized. I wish he would have never apologized, because I don't hear nobody coming out. When you talk about hate speech, nigga, just like Kanye said, you can go to Apple Music right now. The first 5 songs on there is going to be, bitch, I shoot up the whole block, get a set, fuck a bitch, do all of this shit. This is the music that's portrayed on Apple Music. It's the hate speech is only hate speech when it's not pointed out somebody that's black. Hate speech is okay as long as it's pointed at black people. You come outside of that shit, we ain't going for it. Y'all have made it a lifestyle to disrespect each other, and we're going to let y'all do it. But don't y'all bring that shit over here. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. Y'all keep that shit over there, but don't y'all bring that shit over here. That's exactly what they're saying. That's pretty much what they're saying. Y'all keep that shit over there. Disrespect is okay just as long as you keep it black. It's like we are really getting pimped. Like, I'm so infuriated by this, because it's like, man, we really getting pimped. We are really being played. We are really being played here, and nobody's seeing this shit. We too busy just trying to get lit, and we don't realize we look like some fucking clowns. We look like clowns. We absolutely look like clowns, but I'm tired of this apologizing shit. Like, I am so tired of it. Like, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it to the degree that black people are talked about. I haven't heard it. I didn't hear Nick Cannon say anything about, oh, Jewish people are liars and they all deserve to die. Like, I didn't hear that shit. I did not hear that shit out of nobody's mouth. But that shows you, the fact that everybody's apologizing and so quickly, that shows you who's really in control. That right there alone shows you who's really in control. So how in the fuck can Jewish people sit back on the board, listen to a Young Thug, listen to this listen to the music of the artist? They listen to it. and give it the nod and say, yeah, this is good. This is a hit. I like this. And the content of the music is destructive to black people. But they have a problem. They're okay with getting the money from it, but they have a problem when somebody speaks out against them. Make it make sense for me. But I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. I just really think it's a bunch of bullshit. And I really wish that all black artists will step away from these labels. I really wish that. I really wish that. Make these motherfuckers starve. Like, make them starve. Make them starve. There's no reason for us to even keep dealing with this shit. You think about all of the remember in the 1970s and shit? I mean, I know some of y'all probably young, but all of the artists, when you talk about, like, you know, Motown and some of these other labels, TLC, all of these badass record deals that these black artists have received over the years, all of these awful record deals that have come not just from us, but, you know, there's some black record execs who can be who need to be, you know, stoned. But I just don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, I'm this shit is our fault. This shit is our fault. And if for anything to change, because they're not going to change. They are not going to change. Jewish CEOs, these people who run Sony and all these distribution companies and all that, they are not going to change. They will continue to go and try to pluck and harvest and look for the next drill rapper from wherever. They are not going to change their ways. The only people that can change this is us. We are the only ones that can change this. They are not going to change this. They are not going to stop their ways. They've been doing it for too long, and we have made them too much money. They are not going to stop this shit. They are not going to stop this shit. You look at, yeah, and I've made comments before about, you know, No Jumpers and the Vlads and all of these people and stuff like that, like how they pull up all of these black artists, and you got these black artists that come on and talk about the beef in their neighborhoods and shit like that. And then they go out, and because they were expressing all of this stuff out on No Jumper, and, you know, and they go back and they get killed from this shit. But this guy is interviewing all of these drill rappers, asking about their beef. And then they're the ones dying from it while he monetizing and making money off the shit. He making money off the shit. It's the same cycle. So wherever you see hip hop, you can dig through the art, wherever you see the culture as far as musically, from magazine to video to audio to record label, they are owned by the same demographic of people. Guarantee it. Owned by the same demographic of people, man. We have to take more responsibility for our culture, man. We have to take more responsibility for our shit. We have to. We absolutely have to, man. The message has to change. Like, the message got to change a little bit. We got to change that shit. We so cool with coming up with trends, man. We got to change this shit a little bit, man. We got to change the shit. I mean, it's been the same fucking narrative since I can remember, bro. It's been the same. I understand expressing yourself in an artistic way and doing that and using that platform, that now this shit is like a trend. Like, niggas it's the same shit. We keep saying the same stuff. Hoes, ops, guns, money. The same shit. Hoes, ops, guns, money. The same shit. That's what we rapping about. The same shit. It's been the same shit since the 90s. So when do we put something in the ground and say, man, this is where we draw the line? We got to change it up a little bit, because we're dying on so many folds. we're dying because the shit is harmful. It's our reality. I know black people that live, we live in these impoverished areas. We live in these violent areas. So I understand. But the message has to change. The message has to change. Something got to change. We can't keep doing the same. We got to take more responsibility for the shit that we do. It's no more blaming and pointing fingers and all of this. Jewish people have received their reparations. They getting paid. They ain't giving us shit. They are not giving. Listen to me. When it comes to reparations, they are not giving us shit. They have made that clear. Holocaust families and shit, they've been receiving millions of dollars from everywhere. Black people have descendants of the enslaved have not received one damn dime from the government. You know who has? Jewish people have. Not just from America, Germany as well. Everybody's cutting a check over and over again. We gotta save ourselves. Like we gotta save ourselves. That's I don't even know how to. That's about as clear as I can say it. Like we gotta save ourselves. We have to save ourselves. No more of this pointing, blaming the finger shit. Keep talking. We talking in circles about the same goofy shit. We need to be as independent as possible. We need to be putting on our own venues. You know what I'm saying? Like we put on our own Rolling Louds. For real. Like I'm just saying, like we put on our own shit. There's millions of dollars within the black community as far as artistically. You don't need them. As much as you think you need them, you don't need them. They put this shit on. Oh, I'm gonna pay you such and such. I'm gonna pay X, Y, and Z. I need these 10 artists to come out here and perform, and we gonna chart. Y'all can do that shit yourself. I know you may not want to, but we can do the shit ourselves. We really don't need to be as connected as we have been. And I keep saying, you know, they need us. We don't need them. And that revolves around fashion. That revolves around all of the shit. If you look at Nike, Adidas, all of it has been influenced by us. Black people have influenced it all. Like we have influenced all the shit. We have made top designer brands what they are. I said it. Black people have made top designers in the world what they are based off of our culture. And now they are continuing to profit from this shit. And they telling us that they selling us $5,000 shirts and telling us this shit is a vibe. It's fucking cotton with ink printed on the front of it. And they telling us this is a vibe. Let me put my fucking Fendi logo on here. Let me put my Fendi logo on here and put a $5,000 price tag on it and tell you that this shit, this is a new seat. This is it right here. This is it. This is what you need to be wearing. Fucking minds is warped. Like we allow people to tell us what our value is. They tell us what our value is. They tell us what our value is based off of clothes and shit. But in our reality, man, like we gotta renegotiate the terms of our life. Like we really gotta renegotiate the terms from top to bottom. The way we conduct ourselves with each other, the way we conduct ourselves in business, the music that we listen to. We can complain about education. We can complain about all of these fucking things that are done to us. But what are we gonna do differently? What are we gonna do differently? As individuals, what are we going to do? How are we going to be the change that we want to see in this world? We got to be that change for our community, man. Like we got to be that change for our community. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to New Era Detroit. For real. I really want to give a shout out to New Era Detroit. New Era is a movement that started in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know the exact year. I want to say 2014, maybe 2016, something like that. And it's an organization that is in Detroit, and it's an organization that's committed to the betterment of black communities by offering by offering, I know they were offering like self-defense training. They were doing neighborhood watches. They policing our neighborhoods. They pulling up on spots that need to be pulled up on as far as when injustice is happening to black people. They're helping young kids and women get home safely. They are feeding our community. So a major shout out to the New Era organization, man, based out of Detroit. And I know there's other chapters in different cities. I know Chicago has one. I think St. Louis. I think there's one out. I think there's might even one I think they're overseas as well too. I don't know. I want to say Nigeria. I know it's in another country, but big shout out to them. They are becoming the change that we want to see. It's stuff like that. Like New Era is the prime example of groundwork. Groundwork. There's really no excuse for the rest of us. We have to save ourselves. They are not coming to save us. They are not looking to cut us a fucking check. We have to make them starve. We got to make Gucci starve. We got to make these companies starve. You make them starve by just not spending your money there. Oh, I can't. Balenciaga, they released their numbers for 2023. What happened? They down 30%. Why they down 30%? Because people ain't buying their shit. We got to stop thinking that our value lies in what the fuck we wear, because it don't. It doesn't. It does not. Because you have on expensive attire does not make you valuable. It don't. It's a lie. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And you're wasting your money. You are wasting your money because you want to buy a $4,500 belt. You know the funny thing about it? Is a shoestring can do the same thing. Like in reality, it can. The logic is to hold your pants up, right? A shoestring can do the same goddamn thing. You can go get a belt for $5 at the Goodwill. Shit, maybe even cheaper than that. But we need to rock these fucking designers, and we need to rock all these expensive ass brands to feel like we worth something. It's a lie. It's a lie to believe that we need them to make us feel like we are worth something. I got to sign with Sony. I got to sign with these record labels because I need to feel like I'm worth something. I need to show everybody that I officially made it. And you get into a deal that's robbing you blind for the next 10 years. You got to release 5 albums. And they making more money off of it than you are. And they own your catalog. So you don't even own your masters. Shit has got to change, man. Shit has got to change. And I know the Drink Champs, like I said, the Drink Champs video is already taken down. They ain't going for that shit. They not going for that shit. It was a bunch of crazy shit in there, but it was some truthful points as well too. Why do you think they removed it? I didn't hear Kanye say fuck Jewish people. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that at all. I didn't hear that not one time. I didn't hear him say death to all Jews. I didn't hear him say that shit. But everybody acts as though it's like, it's a shocker. But the same Jewish people who have a problem with it are the same ones who got Gucci Man banging in the ride. You see what I'm saying? You see the crazy shit there? The same people who complaining about it are the same people who listen to our fucking music. How dare y'all say some shit about us? Stay in your fucking place. It's pretty much what they're saying. Stay in your place and keep disrespecting your own race. That's pretty much what they're saying to us. You guys are fucking clowns. You keep disrespecting each other in song. We gonna keep making money off the shit, but y'all go over there and do that shit. Don't bring that shit over here. Don't you open your mouth. We'll rise up against you. I just seen what was it? It wasn't even an article. It was I don't know how true it is. Let me pull up CNN. But it was 50 Cent posted something on his Instagram, and it said CNN says that Kanye West secretly admires Hitler. See that shit? You see that? When you piss him off, that's a prime example of who owns the shit. Secretly admire Hitler? The fuck? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You cannot, listen, one thing I refuse to let them do is to try to turn black people into the oppressor. We are not the fucking oppressor. And they know that. But they want to silence us to keep us in our fucking place where they think we belong. They want us to shut the hell up, keep making them money, and stay on the rat race. You think they give a fuck about all of the people that has died in Chicago? When you hear about, Vaughn and Pop Smoke and all of these young rappers, man, like that are dying? You think they give a fuck about the Mo 3s and all of these really talented artists, man? You think they care about your struggle? They don't. You make them money. And when you're no longer profitable for them, your ass gonna be out the door. If that ain't some pimp shit. It's pimping one-on-one. Let me use you until I can't use you. I know Young Thug is fighting the case right now about a lot of shit that's going on. Young Thug has made them a lot of money. A lot of money. He's made his label a lot of money. But do you think they really give a fuck? You want to know why they don't care? You want to know why these record labels don't care? Because they are steady scouting the next you. That's what they doing. And they know we like cattle to them. So they say, I'm going to go to the hood and try to find who's hot. And dangle, Sony Music want to sign you. Our eyes light up because we ain't never seen that money. This is our opportunity to make it. So we in a really tough situation. They prey on us, our poverty. They prey on our pain. Just so they can make a fucking buck. And then scream anti-Semitic when we question they shit. That's what I'm not for. That's what I'm not for. You can't sit the fuck around here and make all this money off us. Then got a problem when we don't like the way you do shit. Yeah. We don't want to hear that shit. It's cool when you cashing them checks. Hell nah, you gonna get this smoke. You gonna get all this smoke. And so part of me is excited that Kanye is burning those bridges with those people. Like, I don't know what his next plan is, but I know the overall scope of what we need to do. We have to change the way that we do things. We conduct ourselves in life. We conduct ourselves in music. And let me just say this. We got to start doing better business with each other. We have to start doing better business with each other. No more of this stepping on each other's shit to try to get ahead, giving bad deals to each other. No more of that shit. If we're going to reestablish what the terms of our community is going to be, it's going to mean we going to handle ourselves in business with integrity and honesty, and we're going to be true to what we're supposed to do. No more trying to fuck people over in deals. We can't do that shit in black business. And I'm talking about from the barbershops to the nail salons to the young record labels that are black owned. No more of that shit. I don't care if you own a clothing store. If you're doing business with other black people, no more of that foul shit. We got to stand on something that's much better than what we've been doing. Much better than what we've been doing. If we really want to see the change, it's going to have to start where we are. You can't be running around here screaming that you want black people to support you, but you're unprofessional. You don't respect people's time. You're disrespectful, and you don't have great customer service skills. So we got to up our game. We got to up our morality and how we handle ourselves and how we conduct ourselves with each other. Because if Jewish people can do business with each other, I'm talking about I'm a record exec, and I need some legal stuff worked out. So I'm gonna go look up my homeboy who's from where I'm from. He Jewish as well too. So I'm gonna make sure that he get, we're gonna keep this shit rolling. We can do it the same way, but we just gotta make sure that we are fair by each other. No more of that cutting corner shit, doing bad businesses, doing bad contracts and shit like that. That's gotta be done, man. That day has got to die. It has got to die. So we can birth and walk into something new and much greater, starting with us, because these record execs, these companies, these big businesses aren't going to give us shit. And if we sitting around here waiting for some damn Joe Biden, somebody to cut the check for us, reparations and all that shit, we're going to be waiting forever, because they have made it plain that we ain't giving y'all a damn dollar. Keep singing kumbaya, keep painting the streets, and keep marching, because we ain't giving y'all shit. It's pretty much what it is. So we got to step outside of that belief. And if it does come, whatever. But I don't believe it is. But until then, we got to do what we need to do within our communities. We have to become the change that we want to see. We want to see good business practice. We want to see black people being done right. We have to set the example of what that's supposed to be. Like, for real, we have to set the example of what that's supposed to be. I'm fed up with it, and I'm tired, and I'm exhausted, and my heart is broken for us. Because this is a shame shit that we run into. We say how we feel. Oh, hey, you get a call. Oh, you can't say that. Go back and apologize. What? Apologize? I said all I'm going to say, man. I hope that y'all heard what I said, man. I hope y'all are listening to me, because I really am passionate about this. I'm really passionate about us becoming that change. Like, we have to. And at the same time, we need to stop waiting for celebrities to be the voice of the people. Like, can we just get that shit clear? We need to cut that out. We need to stop waiting for celebrity to say some shit and we all get behind it and rally behind it, and like we don't got a goddamn voice. Stop waiting for celebrities to be the voice of change that you be your own voice. You stand at your own mountaintop and scream the shit. Truth is truth. Don't matter who it's coming from. But we can't sit around here and wait for all these celebrities. They're people too, with their own issues too. We can't wait for black celebrities to get on there and say some shit to make us all go, yay, we're with you. Or we get all upset about some shit that they say that we disagree with. Like, nah, stop looking at them. We need to stop just looking at them to be the voice of the people all the damn time. You be the voice. You have an opinion. You know how you feel. It's time to speak up on that shit. So, man, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I'm done ranting and raving, man. Y'all done heard me going in on this, man, for about 40 minutes now. But I really appreciate y'all time, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for spending this time with me, man. This is the Lunchline Podcast. Hopefully y'all have a really good weekend. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Love each other, but most of all, man, love yourself. Set the example of what love is supposed to be, and do that by loving you. Until next time, man, y'all take care. Peace.